Every day, bring League of Legends characters to life with their original voices. Day 26. Ezreal. I'm Ezreal, born and raised in one of the richest districts of Piltover. I've always been a curious kid. Maybe it runs in the family. Both my parents were renowned archaeologists. While they were off exploring ancient ruins across the world, I was usually left behind. But that never stopped me from dreaming. Every time they returned with stories of wild adventures, distant lands, and forgotten civilizations, my imagination would run wild. I wanted to fill in every blank space on the map, just like they did. Whenever they traveled, they left me with my uncle, Professor Limer. Let's just say he wasn't exactly thrilled to babysit a mischievous, rule-breaking kid like me. So he handed me off to the strictest teachers he could find, experts in cartography, Hextech mechanics, and the ancient history of Runeterra. But I soaked up knowledge like a sponge. Studying felt like a waste of time. I could ace exams without even trying. It drove my uncle crazy. Meanwhile, I had more time to sneak around campus, crawling through tunnels under lecture halls, climbing up library roofs, even picking the locks to professors' offices just to move their stuff around for fun. When my parents came back from their trips, my father would tell me everything, especially about the journeys they were planning next. The biggest and most secret one? Finding the lost tomb of Nezuk, an ancient Shuriman tyrant. They said Nezuk could teleport, just appear wherever he wanted. My father used to joke that if he could unlock that power, he'd have dinner with me in Piltover every night, no matter where he was. As I got older, their visits became less frequent. And then one day, they didn't come back. Through tears, Uncle Limer told me they were probably lost somewhere in the desert. But I couldn't accept that. They were too prepared, too smart. They had to still be out there. So I left the university, for good. I became a full-fledged explorer, and I knew exactly where to begin Nezuk's final resting place. For weeks, I secretly gathered supplies, star maps, translations of rune seals, guides on Shuriman burial customs, and a good pair of goggles for the sand. I left a note for my uncle, then snuck aboard a cargo ship headed for Nashramai. Following my mother's field notes, I crossed the vast side desert with merchant caravans. I explored ancient ruins buried beneath shifting sands, dodged terrifying guardians of forgotten chambers, and tasted the freedom of the unknown. With every step, I imagined walking the same path my parents once did, getting closer to solving the mystery of their disappearance. And eventually, I found what they couldn't. Beneath the tomb of some long-forgotten emperor, I discovered the final resting place of Nezuk. Inside a massive stone coffin, there was nothing but a gleaming bronze gauntlet. Embedded in its center was a crystal, glowing with strange energy. The moment I touched it, the entire tomb turned on me. Traps thousands of years old roared to life. But I didn't hesitate. I slipped on the gauntlet and blasted my way out, teleporting the last few hundred feet to the exit. Right as I escaped, the whole place collapsed in a cloud of dust and ancient power. Gasping for breath, I looked at the gauntlet. It pulsed in time with my heartbeat. I could feel it. This relic was feeding off my essence and giving something back in return. It wasn't just some dusty old artifact. It was a weapon, a relic fit for a god of Shurima. And for an adventurer like me, it was the ultimate tool. When I returned to Piltover, I couldn't sit still. I was off again, diving headfirst into one adventure after another. My nose for treasure led me to lost cities and mysterious temples most professors had only seen on maps. Word of my exploits began to spread. Sure, the stories didn't quite capture the real thrill of it all, but that gave me an idea. If I became the most famous explorer in the world, my parents would hear of me. They would come find me. Now, I chase glory from the war-torn borders of Noxus and Demacia to the swamps of Zaun and the frozen tundras of Freljord. Along the way, I uncover relics lost to time and solve puzzles older than empires. Some say my stories sound made up. Others criticize my methods, but I never answer them. They're just jealous, obviously. After all, I'm Ezreal, Runeterra's greatest explorer. And this is only the beginning. The